AJ can't box. He's a big old wood on top like this here, looking for a big right hand and a left hook. He couldn't even do nothing with Joseph Parker, and he's a very, very, very poor man's Tyson Fury. No disrespect, Joseph.
Looking at it from that point of view, I just need to show people my level.
Yeah, I suppose when you do that, you start playing his game. And
yeah, he's a great talker as well.
But you've bitten your tongue for so long with him.
Let him talk. Let him have his fun. That's what he does. You know, I've come from like a community where I've seen Tyson Fury's community, and they're unbelievable talkers, man. It's like, you know, Joe Joyce, I'll fight you next week, and meet me down here, and that's like the culture that they're from. They call each other out. Yeah. I'm saying, like, you can't go up against someone that's been doing it since he was 10 years old and think you're going to win. I just got to kind of let him do what he's good at, and my job is to beat him in the ring. There'll be nothing better than getting your hand raised. Nothing better than getting your hand raised if I'm winning.
You got Usyk and Joshua teaming up, two fucking sausages fruits with the masks on training, and you got me and my boy here, the two best drinkers, partiers in the game. Ain't no better than us. Oh, Pablo J and Tyson Montana. Let's go!
Tyson Fury is mocking, Anthony Joshua is being questioned, and Alexander Usyk has finally weighed in with his honest verdict.
We every time speak about judges, fight, I don't know, business, blah, 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 blah. Just last result. We win, thank you God.
Very last thing, when Anthony Joshua fights Tyson Fury, I know you think Joshua will win, but how? What does the fight look like?
Knock him out. 6 rounds. AJ. Ooh.
Outside of that, Usyk has also come under heavy criticism from Joe Rogan, who believes Rico Verhoeven won at least 10 rounds, calling the judge's decision a huge injustice in Usyk's favor.
100% in the conversation 100%. Of the greatest boxer in the heavyweight division ever. And you won 10 rounds, man. You won 10 rounds.
Yeah, so close to that, yeah.
I mean, I don't give a fuck what those judges were saying. No. Those judges were trying to say it was close, like it was almost like you were up. I think one of them had you up by 1 round, and the other ones had a draw.
Yeah, I think that's
a crime. If that went to scorecards and somehow or another you lost that decision, that would have been a crime. Crime.
I know, and I gotta be honest, I think, like, we're straight jumping into it, so, and like, I think that's the hard part of it. It, like, I don't like losing, but if it happens, it happens.
After pushing Usyk to the limit, Rico Verhoeven believes there is still unfinished business. Even so, he would rather chase other major names before considering a rematch.
Without taking too much credit for it, I think, like, with this fight, he saw, like, this was a little harder than I expected.
Yeah.
So let's take a different route. And for me, I don't want a rematch just to have the rematch. I would like the rematch because it makes sense. There's a story within this rematch.
It's huge.
And it's something that it is unfinished business.
Yes.
And
it's a Rocky story, exactly, a real live Rocky story.
100%. And that's why for me, where I'm looking at now, I'm like in the fall of or maybe in the winter of my career as an athlete. And I just want to do big fights that make sense. And then you're like, ooh, this is what I want to see.
Usyk is not the only one facing criticism. His training partner, Anthony Joshua, is also under fire, with Tyson Fury claiming he would expose Joshua's weak chin inside the ring.
Go and suck me big gypsy balls. Tell him that. And he's getting chinned.
On the other hand, Joshua remains confident Fury will not back up his bold claims, believing all the trash talk will disappear the moment they step inside the ring.
It's about skill. It's about skill. Like, he's gonna have to do a lot to knock me out, and if I got the right mindset and my head's in the right place, he has to do a lot to knock me out. It's not easy. So what I'm trying to say is that Fury won't get under my skin. Prenga saying he'll knock me out won't get under my skin. It's about boxing. It's about skills. It's not about, like, I'm not trying to win a press conference. I'm not trying to win a weigh-in. I'm trying to win a fight. So yeah, I don't think Femi from Watford needs to come out in that aspect. It needs to come out in the ring. Do you know where I'm coming from? I'm just looking at it from that point of view. I just need to show people my level.
Yeah, I suppose when you do that, you start playing his game. And
Yeah, he's a great talker as well.
But you've bitten your tongue for so long with him.
Even with all the criticism and mind games surrounding this rivalry, plenty of familiar voices have stepped in with their own predictions. One of them is Andy Ruiz, the man who handed Joshua one of the toughest nights of his career. Despite everything that has happened between them, Ruiz believes Joshua has what it takes to beat Fury. Here is why he feels that way.
I think it should end up anywhere, you know. So I think it should be over there where they're from, you know. I think that would be a big fight. That fight they've been wanting to make for so many years, and but I think Joshua, he's strong, man. I think he's gonna, if he fights Tyson Fury pretty soon, I think he has a big chance to win.
Yeah, from what you saw with Fury, does Fury have anything left, man? Does he have anything left to be able to beat Anthony Joshua?
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody does. You know, everybody has something to prove, and the willpower that they have, especially Tyson Fury. But I mean, everybody has a plan until they get hit, just like how Mike Tyson says. But I don't know. You know, I wish I was there, man. I wish they would pick me so I could fight them.
You want to get back to that level really bad, huh?
Exactly, man. But
On the other hand, Duke McKenzie has delivered a harsh assessment of Joshua's current situation. He believes the setbacks Joshua has experienced over the years have left a lasting impact, making it difficult for him to return to his absolute best. According to McKenzie, Joshua is no longer mentally where he once was, and could be one punch away from disaster if he continues ignoring the mistakes that have held him back.
But I think the problems that Joshua has got are way beyond his punch resistance. I think he's got serious mental health problems. I really do. I think what he's been through, he may never get over. You know, he was actually in the car which crashed, which killed 2 of his pals. I think he's still traumatized, not only from that, but I still feel he's traumatized from his very first loss against Andy Ruiz, who knocked him out all them years ago. I don't think he's ever quite got over that, because every time Joshua gets hit on the chin, he falls apart. Now, I think he's at a stage in his career now where, yeah, he is one punch from victory, one punch from disaster. Who would have thought that this guy would have had Anthony Joshua on the day in the first 20 or 30 seconds of the first round, and it wasn't a great shot?
Offering a completely different perspective, Spencer Oliver believes the criticism surrounding Joshua has been blown out of proportion. He insists Joshua has not lost his hunger or motivation and remains fully driven to reach the top again. In Oliver's view, the real version of Joshua is still there, and it is only a matter of time before he reminds everyone with a stunning knockout performance.
Anthony Joshua was going into Simon because of the tragic circumstances that he was coming off the back of. It wasn't that he was coming off the back of this really bad knockout loss, and how was it going to affect him?
But he didn't wilt, Spence, did he? He didn't wilt. He got dropped twice, and he didn't wilt. He didn't succumb to it. He overcame it.
I get that,
that's
100%, because that's what I said to you. That's the motivation, Simon. That's the purpose for Anthony Joshua. Yes, he got dropped, but he showed a lot of character by getting up the way that he did. Now, people will criticise him because it was Christian Prenga, no one's ever heard of, big knockout record, you know, that he had 20 wins, 20 knockouts, never boxed anyone of any note. Of course, you're in a lose-lose situation, you're going to get criticised. He showed character to come through the way that he did. He got caught early, as you boys know, both fighters. When you get caught earlier, it does affect you differently to when you get caught later on in the fight.
Adding even more fuel to the speculation, major updates have emerged about the long-awaited showdown between Fury and Joshua. Simon Jordan has branded it a disgrace and a total shame that the fight is expected to take place in New York. Meanwhile, Spencer Oliver revealed a possible November date and believes that venue makes more sense than the previously rumored plan of staging it in Las Vegas.
The rounds now is it's New York, it's nailed on for New York, it's a done deal in New York. I don't think it happens in the UK. I think it happens where Turki Al-Sheikh thinks it best suits his business, which may well be the US because of the relationship with Zuffa and Dana White, or because he wants to do something in Riyadh. You got anything to add to that? Any news on where the likely location is going to be for the Fury-Joshua fight?
Well, yeah, it's sort of similar to you, really. I'm hearing strong rumours it could be November the 14th. It could be New York, which would be a better time difference for the British fans as opposed to being in Las Vegas or somewhere like that. So that's sort of like the middle ground for them. But that's what I'm hearing: Madison Square Garden, New York, November the 14th. Not signed, sealed, and delivered, by the way. Just rumours that are circulating.
bloody shame, quite frankly. That I know that.
No matter where or when it happens, the boxing world is desperate to see Fury and Joshua finally settle the score. While that anticipation continues to grow, Usyk is helping Joshua prepare for a path toward becoming undisputed by 2027. Support has also started pouring in from across the sport, with Canelo Alvarez openly backing Joshua and urging him to defeat Fury when the long-awaited fight finally takes place.
Thank you, everyone. Between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury?
I have Anthony Joshua. I always with Anthony Joshua. It's a good fight, but I go with Anthony Joshua.
Canelo, finally.
Huh?
Why Anthony Joshua?
I want Anthony Joshua to win.
As for Fury, he has been targeting Joshua's weaknesses for a long time. According to him, Joshua is not a true boxer, but simply a bodybuilder who relies on physical strength. Fury believes he has already figured out every flaw in Joshua's style and plans to expose them once they meet in the ring. He expects nothing special from Joshua and insists the world will witness exactly how he takes him apart.
AJ's a limited opponent. He's big and strong, and that's it. He isn't going to bring anything to the ring that you're not expecting. He's not going to get on his toes and dance around for 10 rounds. You know what you get with him. He's got to come forward in a straight line with his hands up round his head and look to land power punches. He's doing well, and he's got some belts. But is he a better fighter than Deontay Wilder? In my opinion, he's not. And if them two fought, I believe that Wilder would knock him out.
There we have Anthony Joshua, the big weightlifter, Olympic gold medalist and world champion. I'm going to face him, I'm going to jab his nut in.
So, while Fury continues doing what he does best with non-stop trash talk, Joshua has avoided the mind games and stayed focused on settling everything inside the ring. Adding even more intrigue is the old story of Joshua reportedly dropping Fury during a sparring session. Barry McGuigan believes that moment left a psychological mark on Fury, which could explain why he has never truly let go of the idea of fighting Joshua throughout his career.
I just think that combination of styles with the stories I heard from the High Performance Centre up in Sheffield from many years ago, that Fury had dropped Tyson in the gym, or sorry, that Joshua had dropped Tyson in the gym and hurt him and left a sort of psychological message. And now I don't know, I didn't see it, it's just the rumours that you hear. And I also think that Fury is less dangerous than someone like Dubois, and that allows Joshua to get into his rhythm, to get into his, he's got a good basic boxing skills, he's physically strong, and he's got a pulverizing right hand and left hook. So I still make him the favourite, even though the statistics might not agree with that.
But despite that story, Joshua's recent performances have convinced many that he is in real danger heading into this fight. His displays have raised serious questions about whether he can still compete at the highest level. Because of that, many now see Fury as the clear favorite, believing Joshua must prove he still belongs among the heavyweight division's elite before changing that perception.
And accepting the criticism that he's had in the past of people and now feeding off that, and it was the rebuild, and he was calling it the continuation, not the rebuild. He said, this is the continuation to try and become undisputed again, teaming up with Alexander Usyk, which we thought was a good move as well at this stage of his career. And I think when you get caught as early as he did, which was in the first 20 seconds of the round, your body is cold. When he done that ring walk, I was looking at him thinking,
but Spence, it's not a big shot, mate.
It was a tiny shot. And that is why the debate is now open. Has the punch resistance gone? Because if it has, you don't get it back. And that was that was the worry, I think, when we saw that. And that's why, and I agree with you, that Tyson Fury does start the favourite going into this one.
The intrigue keeps growing, and despite all the concerns surrounding Joshua, some still believe he could be the man to retire Fury. That confidence comes from Joshua's punching power and the improvements many see since working closely with Usyk. With Usyk's team now helping shape his preparation, supporters believe Joshua can deliver such a dominant performance that Fury walks away from boxing for good after the fight.
Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury will be much better versions of themselves when they box each other, hopefully when that fight happens in November.
You think?
I think, yeah.
I think Joshua will be. I think he puts Fury to bed forever.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Even off what you've watched at the weekend?
No, I watched the Fury stuff. I hadn't seen it. I watched, obviously, the Anthony Joshua one live. I hadn't seen the Fury. I watched it. I think he puts him to bed. I think he'll be retired after that.
It's interesting.
Do you think Joshua gets the Fury before Fury gets the Joshua?
100%, yeah. Because he has to. He has no choice. Because really, you got a guy like that putting Joshua down twice. I know Fury isn't famous for knocking people out, but the one thing about Fury is he would jump on Joshua with his size and whatever else. If he got back up and those legs are gone, he's gone. He can't let that happen.
Whatever happens will be decided inside the ring, but Joshua's recent fight with Prenga has already created another wave of discussion. The performance exposed areas that many believe remain major concerns, especially when facing a dangerous puncher like Fury. Once again, questions are being raised about Joshua's ability to absorb heavy shots under pressure. The boxing world is now waiting to see whether he can silence those doubts or if his biggest weakness will become the deciding factor.
This was not an oopsie. He got dropped, and the saddest part about it, because again, you want to be sensitive around how he was going to come back after the car crash. I mean, again, 2 of his friends died. Mentally, that's a mind fuck, and it's a horrible situation. He should never have to go through anything like this, let alone return to boxing. I said I'd have been just as fine if AJ retired after that car crash because he doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. But if he is going to come back, and he did, and we're talking about a Tyson Fury and AJ fight, but both guys have to fight before they get there, then we do have to be able to criticize his performance in the ring. Not him as a person. Yes, you can put the qualifiers in there, but he got dropped with a soft.
As for Joshua, he admitted the early knockdown from Prenga gave him valuable insight into his opponent's speed and power. However, he believes the real test was not avoiding adversity, but showing the ability to recover, adjust, and still secure victory. Joshua made it clear that overcoming those difficult moments is what defines a fighter, and his response after being hurt matters more than the setback itself.
I think he's got something there. He's got something there. He's got a good bunch of support. And strong. He was strong. He caught me with a nice uppercut early on. And I was like, God damn. Alright, weather the storm, kick the dirt off my shoulder and get the ball rolling again, really. But yeah, credit to him. You know, give our opponents the respect they deserve. And we're still here, man. Live to fight another day.
While many continue questioning Joshua's ability to absorb big shots, Derek Chisora sees the situation from a different angle. He believes fighters should not be judged by one difficult moment because adversity is part of the sport. In Chisora's opinion, Joshua showed the most important quality by staying composed, recovering, and finding a way to secure victory against Prenga. He feels the only way to truly judge Joshua's condition is by watching him face elite competition in future fights.
I just want him to fight Tyson Fury. All this shit, all this nonsense you guys are trying. You guys are not doctors. We are not doctors. We can't say punch resistant or he's done. We are not. He's the only guy who can decide for himself he's done. Yeah. He looks good. When he gets his hands going, he looks good. Yeah. He just came in the ring, fell asleep. He got knocked out. He woke up. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah? If you had to come in and knock this guy in first round, they said, he should have. But there's nothing wrong with that, and that gives you something to talk about. There's nothing wrong with...
Chisora believes the bigger concerns are actually surrounding Fury rather than Joshua. He points to Fury's recent performances, suggesting the inactivity and time away from serious competition have affected his sharpness. According to Chisora, Fury's comeback fights lacked excitement and failed to show the same level of dominance fans once expected. He feels Joshua still possesses the desire, talent, and technical ability needed at the top level, while Fury must prove he has not lost his edge. The debate around Joshua and Fury is only getting louder, but the real answers will come when these two heavyweights finally share the ring. Will Joshua prove the doubters wrong, or will Fury back up every word he has said? Share your prediction in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for more boxing stories, updates, and breaking news.